ready. This is our, third, fourth pail? Oh, and there's tons more. So it's 8 o'clock in the evening, and now I'm going to tackle freezing beans tonight. All day today, my husband and the kids, they pick the beans, they clip the ends and cut them up. We like them about an inch or so big. We don't like the long ones as much, and I find they're a lot easier to bag and freeze when they're cut up. So the first step is, I'll just show you here. So this is 1 day's worth of picking for beans. That's a lot of beans. So next step is I'm washing all the beans. After this, I will blanch them. So as I'm cleaning them, I dump them into another bucket. This is my clean bucket. Everything's ready to go. As I'm dumping them in here, after washing them, I'm kind of just doing it in layers, and I'm looking to see if there's any we aren't going to eat. I'll pull them out and put them in the compost. So here's my blancher. This is what it looks like. Just a smaller kettle. I put water in there. I let it boil. And in here, it's like a strainer. And I put the beans in there. So once the water is boiling, then I put the beans in the pot, put the lid on. I wait until it boils, and once it boils again, then it's 2 minutes from that point and they're blanched. Okay, so it's boiling. I'm gonna put the beans in. I think we're good. Lid on until they boil. The beans aren't quite boiling yet, and I'm filling this with cold water here. And then I'm going to add ice cubes. So on our fridge we have an ice cube maker, so it makes it very convenient for me to just throw a bunch of ice cubes in there, and then it's really cold, and I'll toss the blanched beans in there, and then I'll pull them out and put them on the cookie sheet. They are just about boiling, so I'm gonna start the timer. 2 minutes. Now I have to make sure that the water is cold. And I have 1 minute left, so I'm gonna finish washing these beans up. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. But the beans have to get in the freezer. We got 20 seconds. Perfect. So I'm gonna get my handy dandy non-matching silicone oven mitts on. Shut the timer off. I pull it up. Let the bubbles go down a bit. I'm gonna bring it over here. I have a pot holder laying down. We're back to cooling off the beans that we just blanched. So I pull out the strainer, let all the water drip back into the pot, and then I'm gonna dunk them into the cold water. I let them sit for a minute. So I'm gonna put this pot back on the stove, and that is ready to begin boiling again. So I'm just gonna toss these beans around, get them nice and cold. I wanna show you what they look like here. So I just do this, and you can feel the temperature change. You pull them out, and then I dunk them back in again. And they're nice and cold. So, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to switch the paper towel, so I'm gonna do that quickly. And then I'll spread them out. So my husband suggested putting a fan on these. Now, you might give that a go, because it will dry them a lot faster, and I won't have to stay up until midnight and wait for them to dry before I freeze them. So once this starts boiling, then everything seems to move real quickly. So it starts boiling, I set the timer, and then I quickly come back over here, making sure I'm still washing some and making sure that the sink is cold and ready to go. So it's kind of a process. But once I get a system down, I'm good to go. Okay, so we have 2 more cookie sheets ready to go. I've got more cleaning to do, ice, and they're not quite boiling, so we're good to go. Rinse and repeat. So the first year I did this, I plugged the sink, filled the sink with water, dumped the beans in there, and washed them like that. Then I had to scoop them all out, put them in a clean pot, drain the water each time because it was gross, and it was just a constant rotation of filling the sink with water, and it became way too much all at once. Then it dawned on me, why not use a strainer? A lot easier. So again, just a constant repeat. I have the bucket of clean beans, and I'm gonna dump them in the kettle. So I've got a few in here, and now they go in the kettle. Make sure that there's water covering them. Let it boil and keep cleaning. So in total we have 5 cookie sheets, and I have 1 more batch to blanch. In the meantime, I am going to use my food saver. Okay, before I get started with the food saver, we started at 8 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, so far 2 hours, 5 trays. I'm hoping to be done by 10:30. We'll see. So to keep me going, coffee. All right, food saver time. To start off, figure out how much for 1 meal. Kind of according to handfuls, so we're gonna do 5 handfuls. Then I'm going to take the bags for the food saver. Okay, so I'm gonna seal the one end. So to do that, you just lift the lid up. It says sealing strip, vacuum channel. So I'm gonna put it on the sealing strip, like so. Close the lid. I'm gonna lock it. Once you lock it, the lights come on. So what I wanna do is just seal it. So we're gonna hit that. It's sealing, and it's done. So I'm going to unlock it, pull this up, and it's sealed. Okay, so we've poured the beans in. So now we're going to seal the bag. I have it laying on this strip here, which is going to melt the plastic. And then the end is in this compartment there, which is gonna vacuum the bag. So now we're gonna close the lid. All right, so the lid is closed. I locked it. And now we're gonna move up to here, normal speed. We're gonna go moist food. And then we want to vacuum and seal. So we're gonna hit that. So progress, vacuuming. Now, as you can see, it is vacuuming it. Now we're sealing it. Done. I unlocked it. I'm going to lift the lid. And look at that. It's vacuum sealed. So this saves a lot of space in the freezer. In the past, I have used Ziploc bags, but this keeps it fresh. You know, it doesn't get freezer burnt or anything. We put it in the freezer, it lasts longer. So I love using this machine. One bag down, about 500 to go. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a bunch of bags all at once so they're done. Okay, now I'm gonna seal each bag I cut. Okay, I've got my stack of bags and I'm gonna start filling them. Okay, so I have 5 handfuls and I'm gonna just keep filling the bags. Let's try it out again. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going and filling bags. And then after I fill the bags, I'm gonna seal them and then we're done. So here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to vacuum and then seal all the bags, and then we're gonna see how many we have. The last bag of beans tonight, and it is just after 11. I did take a break in between and tuck the kids in, so I'd say about 2.5 hours to do 6 trays of beans. So let's see how many bags we have. Doesn't look like very much, but let's count. We got 1, 2, 18, 19 bags. All right, in the freezer they go. I'm done in the kitchen for tonight. I'm exhausted, so that's a wrap. No more beans tonight.